New Orleans, the importance of the New Orleans music, putting out the love and the light, it goes back to Louis Armstrong after World War II, and they sent him all around the world to introduce jazz to everybody.
We blew apart, but we didn't blow away. We are here tonight to continue to bring the funk to you until you can be here with us. We are so happy to be here tonight. We are going to be starting to add in those shows that we started with 76 weeks ago. Last week, we had the Funky Uncle All-Stars. Our very first show was Soul Project. Lots of members of that were part of that. Now, tonight, we have got something very, very special. We're still kind of scattered. We've got Frenchy, who is painting via Zoom. Hey, Frenchy, I hope you can see. And we have got folks still scattered out, but we've got a great core group here. Our crew has been kicking butt all week, trying to put this back together so that we can bring it to you. Please go immediately to our website, the FunkyUncle.Live, or just go on ahead and text FUNK to 36413 and make those donations, because we are here to support the folks that have been the backbone of our musical culture and traditions here in New Orleans, the musicians and our gig workers. We'll talk more about how you can help us, how you can donate, but I am so ready to get to the music because we've got a group here tonight that I'm really pretty sure, y'all were what, the third band, I think? You were number 3? Yeah. The third band that ever played, and you got this rolling for us. Really, y'all kicked it off right. I can't wait. I needed music. I just drove into town an hour and a half ago, folks. I had time to take a shower and get here because I need the music. I know you do. Jason Neville's FunkySoul Band is here with us tonight, and I don't like to use the word giddy, but I'm almost giddy. I'm ready to get funky, that's for sure. So, folks, you know what else I'm going to ask you to do? I always have to do it. I need you to wash your hands and stomp your feet.
What's up, Funky Uncle? How y'all doing? Yeah. Y'all doing all right? We're going to mix it up tonight because we feeling kind of funky and we feeling soulful. It's all in the name of the band. So wherever you at right now, come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a surprise for you. Jason's been working on a solo project besides the band, right? And I was listening to this tune, and I said, I want to do that song. I like that song. I said, but I tell you what, I want you to do your original off of this when we go live. He said, you got it, you got it. But for those old school soul lovers, tell me if you remember this. Come on. Yeah. It's a little story, y'all. You know, First Lady of Funk like to talk to you. A story about a girl who met a guy. And then he let it go to his head. You know, they fell in love. She said, wait a minute, slow down. Don't get the big head. I love you and everything, but I need you to treat me right. Went something like this. Now that you know how I feel about you, don't let it go to your head, no. Don't let it go to your head, no, 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 no. Now that you know I can't live without you. Ooh, baby, don't let it go to your head, no. No, no. Don't let it go to your head, no, 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 no. Don't let it, don't let it, don't let it go to your head, no, 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 no.
Don't let it, come on,
say it. Don't let it, don't let it go to your head. No, no, no. Yeah. Let me say it again. Now that you know how I feel about you.
How you feel? Don't let it go to your head, no.
Don't let it go to your head. No, 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 no. Now that you know I can't live without you. Ooh, baby,
Don't let it go to your head, no.
don't let it go to your head. No, 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 no. Just don't let it, don't let it, don't let it go to your head. No, no, no. Come on, Jay, let me get that
No,
original.
no, no. Don't let it. Oh, you want me to do that
Yeah.
original?
Come on,
look.
baby.
It goes something like this here.
Talk to them. I said I could rewind
Time, wish that I could go back and to the picture like a code. Wish that I could rewind the time. I need a tape deck, I need a playback. I wish that I could rewind the time. Wish that I could go back and to the picture like a Kodak. Wish that I could rewind the time. I need a tape deck.
Give me a payback.
If I could change the wrong that I've done, I'd be a better father to my son, be a better son to my mama and my dad. I was just a bad little brother cutting class. Now I'm all grown, thinking about the past, thinking about the hearts I done broke, the dope body smoke, can't regret it. I wish that I could forget it. The clock keep ticking in life, you can't reset it. I wish that I could rewind the time. Wish that I could go back into the picture like a Kodak. Wish that I could rewind the time. I need a tape deck, I need a playback. I wish that I could rewind the time. Wish that I could go back
And to the
picture like a Kodak. Wish that I could rewind the time. I need a tape deck.
I
Look.
need a payback.
Sitting there thinking, reminiscing about the conversation when I really didn't listen. Mama tried to school me while I'm sitting in the kitchen. Didn't understand cause I wouldn't pay attention. Grew up on VL, went through some mail. Drama in my life, got some stories I could tell. From the trap house to the crack house. Got shot, locked up, I was hearing lights out. Yeah, wish that I could rewind the time. Wish that I could go back into the picture like a Kodak. Wish that I could rewind the time. I need a tape deck, I need a playback. I wish that I could rewind the time.
Wish that I could go
Back into the picture like a Kodak. Wish that I could rewind the time. First lady of funk, yo.
We gon' flip the game like gymnastics. I'm coming like Simone doing backflips. Going back and forth like elastic. See the problems we facing it drastic. Cause we black on the block, not back on the block. The funk don't stop. All I hear is tick tock. It's a blast from the past when we say rewind. Thinking of memories of a place at a time. Or is it really a mindset? Or something that you really regret? Or is it something that you're trying to forget? Either way, it's something that you can't erase. You can't replace the past that you can't escape. You see, I'm staring at the clock on the wall. It's like I'm staring at LeBron with the ball. I need a playback, y'all.
Staring at the clock
I
on
need
the
a
wall.
playback, y'all. Come on,
I need
come
a
on.
playback, y'all. Said I could rewind the time. Said I could go back into the picture like a Kodak. Said I could rewind the time. I need a tape deck. I need a playback. I said I could rewind the time. Said I could go back into the picture like a Kodak. Said I could rewind the time. I got one more verse. Look.
Come on, Jay.
I need a playback, way back, looking at my life. I love my wife. I wouldn't rewind that part of my life. She was real, kept me real. Haters stole my real, real, buy real. Messed me around on the $1 billion deal. Ask one me from UGK. Rest in peace, Pepsi, my niece, BB. Jam Master J. And Clyde was shy. J Records didn't sign. But 2020 vision made me press rewind. I wish that I could rewind the time. Wish that I could go back and take a picture like a Kodak. Wish that I could rewind the time. I need a tape back. I need a playback. Look, I wish that I could rewind the time. Wish that I could go back and take a picture like a Kodak. Wish that I could rewind Chris, rewind it back. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now that you know
Yeah, yeah.
how I feel about you.
Oh, don't let it go to your head, no, 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 no. Don't let it go to your head, no, 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 no.
Now that you know I can't live without you. Oh, baby,
Don't let it go to your head, no. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go to your head, no, 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 no.
come on, Jay.
Don't let it, don't let it, don't let it go to your head, no, 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 no. Don't let it, don't let it, don't let it go to your head, no, 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 no.
Yeah. Come on, band. Mike Singali on the keys.
Ben Park on the guitar, Long Susan on the bass, Juice Johnson on the drums. Come back, You know how we do.
That was a good one, y'all. The name of that is Rewind the Time. You ever wish
That
you
was
could
a
go
remix.
back in the picture like a Kodak? Let me do that over again, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't get the remake, but we did the remix. How about that?
Yeah,
Funky
I like
Uncle
that.
Live. I love it over here. I love it in the den. Come on, y'all. We're going to take y'all to the next tune. We have some significance behind our songs, and we'll talk about that later. But we have a reason why we select the songs that we select. And we're not a cover band. We do a lot of cover songs because we know that you like them. But we like to mix our originals because we want you to understand that we're ready to take these originals nationwide because they fit in with the covers, okay? Make sense to you? Come on, band. You're a very humble person. I couldn't be here without women like this woman who made this song, Shaka Khan. Erica Badu did it over. It goes like this. All night and day, just chipping away, all in the day's work. Trying hard to defend the time that I spent alone. The time that you lose, exploring the blues, won't get you the job done. And as hard as I try, I'm keeping my eyes on you.
What you gonna do for me?
What you gonna do for me?
What you gonna do for me? On your mind, honey. What you gonna do for me?
When the chips are mine. Hey, Funky Uncle, y'all feeling all right? It's gonna be all right, y'all. Come on. In the cool of the night, when nothing seems right, this feeling can take you. And as strange as it seems, she make her own dreams come true. If you try to conceal the way that you feel, you're asking for trouble. Just as sure as I cry, I'm keeping my eye on you.
What you gonna do for me?
What I gonna do for me?
What you gonna do for me?
What's on your mind?
What you gonna do for me?
When the chips are down. Come on, y'all.
What you gonna do for me?
What I gonna do for me?
What you gonna do for me? What you gonna do for me?
When the chips are down. You don't have to tell me who to blame for this. 'Cause what you hold against me is what I'm
What you gonna do for me?
What you gonna do for me?
What you gonna do for me? What you gonna do for me?
When the chips are down. Hey,
What you gonna do?
come on. Janet Jackson said, "What have you done for me lately?" Shaka said, "What you gonna do for me when the chips are down?" You still won't be around. Come on.
You know
You
what?
gotta be around for it.
Joy and pain are like sunshine and rain.
Singing to me now, baby.
Joy and pain are like sunshine and rain. Sunshine and rain. Do it one more time. Sunshine and rain. you gonna do for me when the chips are What you gonna do for me? What you gonna do? So in your mind, what you gonna do for me
When the chips are Absolutely. I love to do songs with meaning. What you gonna do for me? You know, I'm doing for myself, but what you gonna do? How you gonna add to me? Don't subtract. Add to me. Right about now, y'all, we're gonna give y'all a little flavor. A little Marvin Gaye with some Aaron Neville. You know what I mean? We'll talk about that later, but there's a reason we put these songs together. We're telling a story, all right? Come on.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Rockets, moonshots, spending on the have-nots. Money, we make it. Before we see it, you take it. Oh, make me wanna holler when they do my life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Make me wanna holler when they do my life. This is feels good. Feels alright. Make me wanna shout. Make me wanna shout.
I wanna shout.
Make me wanna shout.
I wanna shout.
Make me wanna shout.
See, I wanna shout.
I wanna shout.
I wanna shout, y'all.
I wanna shout.
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 Come on.
Time increasing. They got trigger happy. Policing. Panic is spreading. Only gonna bug know where we're headed. Oh, make me wanna holler.
What into my life?
Make me wanna throw my hands.
Make me wanna holler.
Yeah.
What into my life?
Yeah.
Make me wanna holler. What into my life? Make me wanna holler. What into my life?
You know what? Thank you, man. Mr. Please. It's my daddy's song. Alan Tushin wrote this especially for my dad. That's what kind of goes something like this. Thank you, man. Mr. Please must be Hercules. Hercules. I must be Hercules. Yeah. Must be Hercules. Yeah, yeah. Check it out. All it feels is fear itself. Check out your own backyard before you check out someone else. Railroad tracks in my neighborhood. Ain't no trains around, that boy just ain't no good. Wanna know what's going down? See the people on the corner looks like the sharpest cat in town. Jungle rule, can't be no fool. Might get caught by hook or crook, all time cool. Look out, check what you say, what you carrying, brother. I hope you clean, cause the man is mean and don't come another further. We all know the answer will come out in time. I might even carry some of your load right along with mine. Back to it. Thank you, man. Mr. Please, I must be Hercules. Yeah, I must be Hercules. Yeah, I must be Hercules. Must be Hercules. Must be Hercules. No. Oh no. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ah! Yeah. Something like that.
I ain't sure ain't what they
Yes,
used to
all
be.
right, all right, all right. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Let's see here. We are here at the Funky Uncle Live, here from the Tux Den. I'm Leslie Cooper, and I'm so happy that y'all are here with us tonight. I am so happy that we are here with you tonight because last couple of weeks have been a little questionable, but I want to tell you about somebody that has been with us here for over 25 weeks, and that is our sponsor, Faubourg Private Wealth. And I've got David here sitting next to me who is going to tell me just a little bit about why it has been so important for you guys to be a sponsor with us for so long.
Thank you. The truth of the matter is the past 18 months have been nothing shy than extraordinary for people everywhere, but especially here in New Orleans. Our entire community, our culture is built around the food, the music, the culture, the festivals, the getting together, and music is definitely the backbone of that. And between COVID and now Hurricane Ida, and honestly, it seems like the hits keep coming. So, I mean, now more than ever, it's important for us as a community, if this is a city that we love and want to be a part of and want to continue to sustain, it's our responsibility to give back. It's our responsibility to support those that make New Orleans, New Orleans. And this is just our firm's way of making that a part of who we are in the community and what we want to see others do as well.
Thank you so much. Faubourg Private Wealth, I'm going to tell you, y'all have been amazing with your support. And you can become a sponsor. If you feel like your business can benefit from having your name associated with this, because I think it does. But if you do, then click on that part of our website there where it says Become a Sponsor. Our website, again, is the FunkyUncle.Live. There's so much on there. There is the bid on the Frenchy painting. There's the Funky Shop where you've got all of our merchandise. We've got hats and socks and shirts and all of a lot of great things. And then, most importantly, you can look there and show right there. I'm not sure if we've got our own button or not. I'll have to ask Easton about that. But we want to tell you about something very exciting that's going to happen, and that is our Jazz Fest. Funky Uncle Jazz Fest is going to happen October 8th and 9th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, 8th and 9th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. All right, you can get all of the details there. I'm going to have a poster for you next week. I'll tell you all the folks that we're going to have on that. It's going to be such a good time. Just because we're not meeting out at the fairgrounds doesn't mean that we can't have Jazz Fest, because it's going to be really, really great. So what I want you to do is go to the website, click on that donate button, or you can text FUNK to 36413. In 76 weeks, we have raised, y'all ready? $477,000. $613. That's a lot. They got a lot of catching up to do. Just because we can play in some of our venues, we still have a lot. So please consider a contribution to the FunkyUncle.Live. I am so ready to hear some more music. Y'all have got, I know it's hot in here, but it's even hotter when you're out there dancing. So we might as well just dive off into it. But we're going to remember to do what? Y'all help me out here. Wash your hands and stomp your feet.
1, 2, 3.
Come on, y'all. Hey! Funky Uncle, y'all. This is an original Neville FunkySoul band. And the first time we did it right here at the Funky Uncle. Told my friends I gotta get out of town. Take me to a place where I can get down. Got off the plane, started stomping my feet. I knew that I was down in New Orleans. They had Saints fans with the black and gold, and some were young and some were old. Took me a ride to the Superdome. Had the brass band playing, they were blowing their horn. They said,
Baby, when you wanna party tonight?
I said, I want some good music, but it's gotta be tight. Uptown, Frenchy living on Bird Street. You can party anywhere down in New Orleans. I said I'm in town for a couple of days, I wanna party some more. You can party anywhere you go. They said all beat and gambling, got a list of the shows. Ain't no place I'd rather be than funkin' down in New Orleans. 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 Funkin'. Funkin' in New Orleans. Everybody. We be funkin'. Lord knows we be funkin'. Funkin' in New Orleans. Everybody.
Come on, come on, come on.
We be funkin'. Y'all know we be funkin'. Funkin' in New Orleans. Everybody.
Funkin', yeah. 'Cause we be funkin'.
Y'all know we be funkin'. Funkin' in New Orleans. Everybody. What
Check
you
this
got,
out.
Jay?
Are you ready for some hip hop with a flip flop that don't stop to the tip top with a drip drop?
Oh,
Oh, man, I'm about to wreck shop. I'm funkalicious, funkadelic, funkamaniac. I'm having a crazy supercalifragilistic attack. I'm Jason Neville, one of the masters of the funk. What else could you want but that funk in your trunk? And while you hitting your switches, Jason Neville, FunkySoul band. We on a mission, funkin'.
Y'all know we be funkin'. Funkin' in New Orleans. Everybody.
Come on, sing it. We be funkin'.
We be funkin'. Funkin' in New Orleans. Everybody. Y'all be funkin'. I know y'all be
Got to be
funkin'.
funkin'.
You're funkin' in New Orleans. Everybody.
Yeah, yeah. We be funkin'. We be funkin'.
Funkin' in New Orleans.
Everybody.
Come on, y'all. Mike Zingale on the keys. Come on. How many hours you wanna get funky? Lawrence Hussein on the bass. Ben, do you wanna get funky? If we getting funky, I think the drummer wanna get a little funky. Come on, Jude.
Come on, get the drums on.
He goes crazy in the funk, y'all. Funkin' in New Orleans, everybody.
Live at the FunkyUncle, y'all.
We be funkin', Lord knows we be funkin'. Funkin' in New Orleans, everybody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We be funkin'.
Y'all know we be funkin'. Funkin' in New Orleans, everybody.
Yeah.
We said everybody. You know you get funky down in New Orleans. Y'all ready?
Long live. Oh, Papa Funk. Neville.
Yeah. We're gonna get into heritage now, y'all. Jason Neville from the first family of Funk. The son of Mr. Aaron Neville. The nephew of Papa Funk. We're gonna do it like this.
Yeah. My FunkyUncle. Oh, Papa Funk, Neville. Long live. Neville Funk, y'all. Uncle Charlie, look. Ain't no use to cut me loose. I would not last a day. 'cause I'm here to stay. Oh yeah. I could think of 1,000 reasons for me to leave you, yeah. But I know if I ever walked out the door, I wouldn't know what to do. Ain't no you to cut me loose. I would not last a day. Ain't no use to cut me loose. Guess I'm here to stay. You got me where you want me. I'm shackled to your love. Set me free, set me free, set me free. Set me free. Go, man. God, he played me so. Ain't no use, ain't no use, ain't no use, ain't no use. Something like that.
Well, we know what Papa Funk was thinking when he wrote that. Here's another original, y'all.
Thank you, Chris.
It's real funky. Y'all hear that bass?
We gotta represent the NO.
Little story about New Orleans. We like to talk about our city. Make it funky now. Come on, y'all.
That NO flow, that dirty sound, New Orleans, the place to go. That NO flow, that's what Lil Bobby told me. That NO flow, that dirty sound, New Orleans, the place to go.
Now every time they say New Orleans, they just say the murder capital. We offer more than that, but they go fish and let it go. But us, I'm gonna go, I need my southern catfish, hot sauce and gumbo. Y'all know that's my favorite dish. I keeps it gutter, get off me talking about my city. New Orleans born and raised, hustle by now, said living pretty. Might as well, doing as well, got a big house in our feast, man. I'm telling y'all, New Orleans is unique, man. I'm working hard to survive and hell, something for my kids. Call me up 24 hours, always handling fish. And don't know me, I live large, I make my paper flow. I'm born and raised, them see what less I learn to make my dough. But no, the represented came and took our city back as if we didn't. They say them suckers just got city jack, but you can rest your on this. So now you know no matter what, you still can stop.
That NO flow, that NO flow, that dirty sound, New Orleans, the place to go. That NO flow, that NO flow, that dirty sound, New Orleans, the place to go. Look, well, I'm the funk representative. I'm always coming with some positive, never negative. I'm never sending mixed messages to young adults, as if they out there doing wrong. Well, it ain't my fault. This ain't nothing but that phone coming out my trunk. Who's gonna stop pussy making a nasty dope? I'm funky like a fat man, I'm like a stomp man. It's not Batman, but it's the gas man. Much funkier than horse manure. When it comes to that funk, nobody can outdo us. It don't get no funkier than we. Look in the dictionary next to the word funk, you see a picture of me. That NO flow, that dirty sound, New Orleans, the place to go. That NO flow, that NO flow, that dirty sound, New Orleans, the place to go.
Y'all hear that bass? Funk around, funk around.
We like to funk around, funk around. We like to funk around, funk around. We like to funk around, funk around. We like to funk around, funk around.
Funk around,
Funk around.
funk around, funk around. Yeah.
That's how we do. We gotta keep it.
You know what, Jay? That's how we do it in the NO. That's how we do it in the
NO. This is how we do it in the NO. This is how we do it in the NO. This is how we do it in the NO. For sure. This is how we do it in the NO.
Come on, one of y'all say, that's how we do it in the NO.
This is how we do it in the NO.
For sure, for sure.
This is how we do it in the NO.
Funk around,
funky uncle, y'all.
Feeling mighty funky. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
This is how we do it in the NO.
Yes,
this is how we do it.
This is how
I
we
got
do
it
it
now.
in the NO.
We got to stop. Now we stop. And now we stop. Oh, well, that's all right. Because this is how we do it in the NO, all right? This is how we do things in New Orleans. We step up and we take care of each other. And you have done that for 76 weeks. 76 weeks. You have donated. You have become a funky cousin. Wait, you don't know how to be a funky cousin? All right, you're going to text FUNK to 36413. And you're going to see a one-time donation, and you're going to see a recurring donation. And if you're a recurring donor, did I say that right? Yeah. If you make a recurring donation, that makes you a funky cousin. And we need more family. We've all got that funky uncle that shows up at holidays, you know, and tells all the stories. Makes it a lot more fun for the kids, I think. But we've all got that funky uncle. That makes us all funky cousins. So check that out. I'm going to tell you my favorite funky cousin. I have missed my funky family this last couple of weeks that I've been evacuated. And that is Frenchy. Frenchy is in Denver. And Frenchy is painting. Is he up right now? Yeah. Frenchy, there he is. Hey, baby. There he is. I love it. Frenchy is painting from Denver. He's watching the show and painting. Frenchy has been here each and every week. If he wasn't here, he watched the show right afterwards, and painted amazing portraits. We still have two, maybe three that are available. And you can find that on the FunkyUncle.Live, along with all of our merchandise and the information about our Jazz Fest shows. Like I said, we may not be meeting at the fairgrounds, but you know what? That's not all it's cracked up to be. It's hot. It is hot, and October is hotter than April, I'm pretty sure. And so what we decided to do, Funky Uncle is going to have a Jazz Fest series. And let's see, Jason, you are on the 9th, I believe. Is that correct? October 9th.
Yes,
and that is
Saturday.
at the Voodoo 2 Lounge. Check out that website. Support our musicians and gig workers by buying those tickets and coming out and seeing this incredible band live for yourself. I always keep saying we're going to bring the funk to you until you can come to us. And we mean it. And oh my goodness, y'all have brought it to us. And it is so good to be able to send it out. I know you've got more music, so I'm going to hush and I'm going to let them have time to donate. Don't forget to click on that button. You got time. I know you do. Right after that, I need you to do something for me. What do I need you to do? I need you to wash your hands and stomp your feet.
This next song right here has a lot of meaning to it. By one of our favorite groups, Earth, Wind & Fire. And when you hear Jason sing this, you know why. You can identify the fact that he's a Neville. He got some chops, y'all. Come on, Jay.
You want my love, but you can't deny. You know it's true, but you try to hide. Yeah. You turn down love like it's really bad, yeah. You can't miss what you never had, yeah, yeah. Well, bless your soul, you can fool a few. I know the truth is out to you, yeah. You can't hide that I bet child. Oh, that child. Can't hide love, but I bet child. Can't hide feelings. pretend that there's nothing there. No, no. Girl, I look in your eyes and see you care. So why not stop trying to run and hide? Yeah. 'Cause you won't find out if you never try. Yeah, yeah. You want my love? Ooh, whoa, whoa, ooh, betcha. You want my love, and I betcha. Time that you listen, can you listen, yeah. Wanna find the time, I want you, yeah. Can you find the time for blessing, yeah, yeah. Come on, say, oh, oh, oh.
You have to end that like
well,
that.
I'm playing vocal and they never hurt nobody, right?
Yeah. Y'all ready for this next one?
I think so.
I always do this song, and some of y'all don't know, but I lost my son on March 31st this year. And every time I did this song, he would get so excited because he loved this song. He had an unexpected brain hemorrhage. We still never figured it out, but we're looking into it. Really good young man, graduated from college in December. But I feel his presence, so I'm all right. I don't want you to be sad. This is not a sad moment. This is just a moment to take time out to show some love to somebody, because sometimes I know things are going on. It's COVID, hurricane, we got all kind of people dying, we got all kinds of stuff going on. So we never want to forget and lose focus that there are some people that might be going through right now, okay? And so even with us being here at the Funky Uncle, I'm so excited to be here. There's such gentle souls. There's a gentle presence in this place. And so I'm going to dedicate this song, if you don't mind. Can I dedicate this to my son, Tristan? And for everybody out there who's lost somebody, this is for you, okay? You can clap your hands if you want to, right there from your seat, from your sofa, in your car, wherever you are. It's a little story, y'all. 25 years, my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination.
Yeah.
I realized quickly when I knew I should, the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, or whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
And so I cry sometime when I'm lying in bed, just to get it all out what's in my head. And I'm feeling know, you don't have to be ashamed when you're going through something, okay? It's all right. Everybody go through, but we go through so we can come out and tell somebody that we were all right, so they know they're going to be all right. Bring that second verse back. I'm feeling some type of way right now. Such a great environment. I want to bring that second verse back. Come on. And I cry. Oh my God, do I cry? I cry all the time. And this is the truth. And I pray. Oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day. Forever lose.
Gotta find a solution.
And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed to get all out what's in my head. And I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream to the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? For you, Tris. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what the hell is going on? What's going on? I love you, Jarrell, Artie, my family. Thank you for being there through the rough times.
Do they? My grandson, you looking? You watching us?
Let me tell y'all something. I have a daughter, a beautiful daughter. She's more beautiful than me, believe it or not. Somebody out there is
She's
more
a school
beautiful than
teacher.
me.
She's a school teacher.
Yeah, she's a school teacher, and her and my son, they're years apart, but I used to call them twins because they look so much alike. God is incredible the way he did that, and so there's a part of him inside of her. So I don't want y'all to be sad for me, okay, for Jay and I, that's our son. I want you to be happy that we're still standing, we're still here, we can still do what we do because we know our son. He was a go-getter. He said, Mama, go get it. I'm all right. All right, y'all, we got another one for you.
We got a little tuning issue over here, you know.
All right.
Lawrence is currently playing every musician's favorite song. Only he can hear it. It's called Tuning. The oldest song in history.
Oh, Lord, let me see.
This is an original, guys. It's called Party Grind. It features one of New Orleans legends, the one and only Rockin' Dootsy. We call it Zydeco Funk. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get my tambourine for this one, y'all.
Welcome to the party rock. Welcome to the party rock. We gon' set your soul on fire with crackers, pies, and jambalaya. Welcome to the party rock. Indians coming and they showing off. Pretty white fellas standing tall. See the five boy that makes you swag. Best fun you say you ever had. Everybody on planes to New Orleans to see beautiful floats and beautiful queens. It's carnival time. It's a party, y'all. Party rock. Welcome to the party rock. Welcome to the party rock. We gon' set your soul on fire with crawfish pies and jambalaya. Welcome to the party rock. Rex and Tux is meeting up. Fine water in a silver cup. Everyone in town, even the mayor is getting down. There's beats and booze and dancing dolls. Umbrella It's a party, y'all.
It's carnival time.
Party rock. Come on, y'all. Welcome to the party rock. What you know about that, y'all? Welcome to the party rock. Check this out. Playing curves, pave the way to celebrate on Mardi Gras Day. Welcome to the party rock. Y'all know what to do. Come on, Ben. You
Chris
want to
wanna
party?
y'all. Come on, Ben. Come on now. Mike wanna party, y'all. Lawrence wanna party, y'all. Juice wanna party, y'all. Yeah, la ba. Tux Parade coming down. St. Charles, y'all. Everybody having a good time. Yeah.
Party rock. Welcome to the 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 party rock. Rain comes, pave the way, celebrate on Mardi Gras Day.
Welcome to the party rock.
Welcome to the party rock. Jambalaya, red beans and rice, yeah.
Yeah, jambalaya, crawfish pies. Yes, wait a minute. Take me there. Where's all that stuff? Down
Yes,
in New
indeed.
Orleans.
I don't know. I'm hungry now.
First Lady of Funk. Look at
All
First
right.
Lady.
Funk and food.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Here we are. Let me see. I'm sitting over here in the dark. I'm hiding because y'all don't need to see just how hot and sweaty that I have gotten. I tell you what, it has been what a wonderful evening. I have to give props and say thank you all so much to our crew that made it back here tonight. William, Gage, Stephanie, she quit wiping mold off of her walls so she could be here tonight. Ed, Anthony, Shane, Christian's out in the van. Mark is in there keeping us all together. And of course, our fearless leader, Chris Berry, is here tonight. And after I ask y'all for one more song, then I am going to get him to come over here, and he's going to do an interview, and we're going to find out all kind of stuff. It's going to be really, really good. So, Lem, what I need you to do is I need you to check out how you can donate. Go to the FunkyUncle.Live, and you can also text FUNK to 36413. Gage, come and tell us how much you enjoy working on the Funky Uncle. Come on, Gage. Come on, Gage. You going to talk to me while I'm talking? I need you to talk to me while I'm talking. How much does this mean to you?
Well, I guess it's sanity during a 2-year process of plague, disaster, plague, everything. Hurricane last year, hurricane this year. It's been a ride.
It's been all right. All right. Well, we are glad that you're here with us tonight, just like Frenchy is. Frenchy is painting live from Denver, and there you can see him on the screen right there. That is an incredible, incredible painting. You can bid on that painting. You can also go to the Funky shop where you can look at all the prints. You can buy prints of each of our paintings that he has done in the past. You can also become a sponsor like Faubourg Private Wealth, because those are very, very important people to us. And you can also check out our Jazz Fest schedule. I want to read this to you real quick. You got anything else you need? No, you're good? All right, you can go back. Yeah, there's Gates. I love bringing them out every now and then. Ed, don't mess with me or you're next, all right? So, let's see. Funky Uncle Jazz Fest. On the 8th, we've got Grammy Lifetime recipient Leo Nocentelli of the Meters. Oh, my goodness. He has got an all-star crew with him very quickly. Big Chief Donald Harrison, Big Sam Jamal Baptiste, Bill the Buddha Dickens, Elise Testone, Steve Perilou. I'm doing good here. Albert Margolis, is that right? I'm sorry, I just messed that one up. And Them Two Little Things, those are going to be on the 8th. Jason Neville's FunkySoul Band, of course, is going to be back with us on the 9th, and he's going to have Big Chief John of the original Wild Magnolias. I like
Wild
it.
Chapatulas.
That's a typo. Wild Chapatulas. Big Chief, please. I will bring the person that typed this up to you, and you can deal with it, okay? Thank you so much for fixing that. 10:14, Funky Uncle All-Stars. 10:15, Walter Wolfman Washington and the Roadmasters. And 10:16, Mark Mullins and Friends. This is all during what was going to be our Jazz Fest. Our festivals have been pulled out from under us, and, you know, for safety's sake. And although it hurts, it has, we know it has to happen, and it has really, really created a big crunch for our musicians and our gig workers. That is why I am asking you, please, please consider making your donation either through a purchase of merchandise, ticket sales for Jazz Fest, or the prints, the original Frenchy, whatever you can do, just a little bit. Every little bit helps. There's something else that you can do that will make a much, much bigger difference in all of that. You know what that is? I'm going to ask them for one more song, and I'm going to need you to wash your hands and stomp your feet.
All right. Well, because power coming back on in the city, so everybody's starting to get a little more happy. And we're down at the Funky Uncle, so we having a lovely day when we found out we was going to be down here. It had already started. And so for everything that you do, this song's for you. I want you to have a lovely day, okay? I don't care what you're going through. It's going to be all right. Here we go, y'all.
We wish you blessings, good health, and prosperity
Yes.
all over the world. From the chasing of a funky soul, man, check this out. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, got me with no warning, love, bearing heavy on my mind, look. But when I look at you, and the world's all right with me, just one look at you, yeah, and I know it's gonna be, yeah, a lovely day, 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 lovely day. When the days that's ahead of me seem impossible to face, Lord help me, someone instead of me always seem to know the way, a better way. When I look at you, and the world's all right with me, it's all right with me. place.
Have a beautiful day. Jason Neville, FunkySoul Band. FunkyUncle.Live.
Yes, indeed. Live from the Funky Uncle right here. Jason Neville, FunkySoul Band. Oh my goodness, what an incredible night. It means so much to us for y'all to be here with us tonight. I really, really appreciate it. And we're gonna have an interview in just a minute. But if you missed any of tonight's shows or you want to see any of our others, go to the FunkyUncle.Live and check out the show archives and watch them all. Don't forget to follow us on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can watch it all right there. See what you've been supporting. Oh, wait, you haven't donated yet? You can always do that. It's never too late to donate. Text FUNK to 36413 or go to our website, thefunkyuncle.live, and you can bid on the painting. You can become a sponsor. You can buy merchandise. You can just give. And that's what we're asking you because it really, really means a lot. Now, Chris Berry, come have a seat. You're going to stand. Oh, my goodness, he's going to stand. Chris Berry, our fearless leader, our executive producer, is going to conduct our interview tonight, and this is going to be really special. I was very proud of you last week.
Thank you. It's good to have you back.
He says it's good to have me back. I left him in Gulfport. I was in Tennessee. Patrick was in Mississippi, and we managed to pull it all together. We are so grateful for that. And I'm going to let you have what you need. Let me get this light here for you, all right?
Thanks, Leslie, and nice to have you back, and welcome back to New Orleans to all the people who've come back from evacuation. As hot as it is in this den tonight, it's nice to be here again. It feels like home.
Yes.
Back at the Crew of Tux Den. Thank you to the Crew of Tux for allowing us to do this. It's a wonderful place. Lorette and Jason, you all have been here so many times before. It's nice to have you back. You all are actually repeating your Funky Uncle appearance. You were here about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you've been here a couple of times to play various shows and for various functions. Since that time, Tristan passed, and I just want to say again on behalf of the Funky Uncle family that we give you all the peace, love, and condolences that we can for you and your family.
Thank you,
Chris.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So being on this stage, right, we heard a lot of songs tonight. I know that those songs that we heard from some of your big influences. Tell us a little bit, Jason, about your influences and who they were.
My influences, I got so many. I mean, like, well, my brother Ivan, my uncles, Art, Charles, and my dad, Aaron, and so many others like me, like Stevie Wonder, Charlie Wilson, James Ingram, Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye, Ray Charles.
Uncle George.
Of course, I was going to save the best for last. My godfather, George Clinton. He helped me with my funk abilities. He really helped me, you know.
Tell us a story about you. What is the earliest memory that you have of George Clinton and him as your godfather helping you learn how to play, learning about the funk?
My earliest, oh man, I could have brought a picture and showed you us at the Hard Rock Cafe. We were down. That was when he still had the colorful hair.
Right.
Now he cut all that off, but he's still the coolest, man. He's still the funk. He's still. I don't know. We had some. He would always sit down. Actually on my CD I'm gonna have a little sit down with him where he's talking to me and he's telling he's like saying he called me Nose. He don't call me Sir Nose. He called me Big Nose. He's the only one that could call me that, But yeah, he calls me Nose. But he say those that knows not, and nose can blow, and so many other things. He's like using the T to the green, using his nose for the putter. Yes, that's what he said. No, he didn't stutter. He reaching you one stroke, nose.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. he is quite a magician when it comes to words, isn't
he? Yes, he is. Yes,
but
he is.
Unbelievable.
He's the funkologist.
We are sitting in front of the Funky Uncle Lounge, which, as you know, you played on before Mardi Gras, and you've been here a couple of times. This float, part of the funk spirit of this float is inspired by George, of course. He has a word, super groovelistic pros at funksication. You familiar with that one?
Wow.
Yes.
It means give the people what they want when they want it, and they want it all the time.
Yeah.
It's a song named that on one of his albums. It may be an album named that. Quite a way with words. He's got his own language, doesn't he? How about some of the people that are on the float? Let's talk about the float for a little bit. All the way on the right-hand side, Alan Toussaint. Yes. Tell us a little bit about Alan and your relationship with him.
Alan wrote a lot of songs. I mean, he wrote the song Hercules. He wrote it especially for my dad.
Right.
He was a great writer because he know the experiences and the stuff my dad, the life, and the life in the neighborhood and all of the, the crazy stuff. So he kind of, he wrote that song perfect for my dad. It just talks about rough times, in the ghetto. In the
railroad tracks in my neighborhood.
Yeah, and so we mixed that. So we had to mix that. We mixed that with Marvin Gaye, Inner City Blues, because it was talking about the same kind of, Marvin was talking about it. So
tell me how you got the idea to mix those two songs.
We actually was just playing it, and it just came to me while we was on the stage. I think we might have been live here doing it. I might have made it up right. I was here.
So it's just a riff jamming on stage.
I said, "Ooh, Hercules would go good with this." It's in a different key, so I just put it in that, in the same key.
It's strange where inspiration strikes, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool, because I mean, you got Motown, you got Marvin Gaye, you got your dad, you got the Neville brothers, and you got them all right there.
All the funk.
Alan, and then right next you got Papa Funk next to him on the float.
That's right.
Yeah, your Uncle Art. Tell me about his influence on you.
Oh man, my Uncle Art was a great influence on me. He always he always brought me by his house and to help him write songs and stuff, and he always tried to bring me to meet Michael Jackson, but it was always too crowded. He knew like musicians. Michael Jackson's drummer was a good friend of ours. Michael Jackson was actually a big influence on me. I didn't mention Michael. But my Uncle Art, man, he just was so many great things I can say about him. They put me on. They did a show at the Sanger when I was like 8 years old, and they got me to do the intro. It's like I came on, "Hi, I'm Jason Neville, and I'm 8 years old, and I want to introduce you to my family, the Neville brothers. They play music," and then I introduced everybody.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Breaking you in, huh?
Yeah.
And now you're on your knees on stage during Ain't No Use.
Yeah.
Praying it, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was a cool little touch.
I was on the Mike Douglas show with the Neville brothers when I was, about 8, I think 7 or 8, doing with Big Chief Jolly.
Right.
With the Indians. Then I was on Jay Leno with the Neville brothers. Jay Leno said, "Hey, Jason, good job, Jason. I think you need to lose the old guys." That's what he said.
Right. Tell me about some of these other cats up here.
Oh, man, Mac.
How about George Porter?
Mac. What about Dr.
Mac?
Jones?
Yeah.
That's like my uncle right there, too. All these guys are funky uncles. I mean, that's all of them are my funky uncles. James Booker. Actually, James Booker used to come to my house. I mean, George Porter, I mean, you know, he's the still living legend. These other guys are going to heaven. But, I mean, James Booker used to come to my house.
Tell us a James Booker story. Everybody seems to have one.
I don't want to put that man business out there. James Booker used to come by our house. He would have a cab running, man. He would pay, you know, he would like keep the meter running. He would always catch a cab, you know, giving the cab hundreds of dollars. And I don't know. That's all I know, man. He was good. He used to come by my house and play piano. I actually wish I would have took time, like he was trying to show me how to play the piano. Piano players will probably get mad at me when I say that I didn't take advantage of. I wasn't interested in the piano.
How many
back
instruments do you play?
I try to play the guitar and the bass, but I'm all right. I'm still working on it. I could play the bongos, you know, tambourine, cowbell. I play the keys a little bit. I'm all right on the drums. I ain't got no strong foot, but
you got a drummer coming up in your family though, don't you?
What? Myri Neville?
Yeah.
Myri Neville.
About him.
He's been playing with us. He played with the first group, one of the first groups I had with Ricky and Norman Caesar, the Caesar Brothers Funk Box. We had a group called Deaf Generation. The Soul Rebels actually was started from the horn section that we had. That's how the Soul Rebels started.
Right.
But Myri was playing with us. He was like our mascot. He was playing with us when he was like 4 years old. We brought him on the news. He played on the drums, and he fell off the seat and was. But you could still see the sticks. He was still playing. Oh man, he's bad. He can sing. He can rap. He's definitely.
And do you have a little grandson?
Oh, my grandson,
playing the drums?
Artie Bush the fourth. He's 6 years old. He plays drums. He likes to build stuff. I think he's gonna be an architect. He's gonna be a bunch of dudes.
A drummer and a guitar player.
I think you can let the First Lady of Funk answer the rest of the questions.
Now, Arthur is
Sure,
very
absolutely.
talented. Yeah.
Tell us about your grandson and the drums, Laura.
Arthur plays the drums. Arthur loves the congas. Arthur likes the guitar. Arthur plays the keys. He's only 6. Arthur plays basketball. He's kind of like Bo, you know, like Bo Jackson. Arthur knows. He plays basketball. He plays baseball. And I love it. You know, we'd like to allow him to do. His mom really has him involved in everything that he likes to do. I think more kids should be like that. So I think he's going to be a one-man band, and then he's going to be an athlete and an architect and whatever else he desires.
A dancer.
And then eventually he'll kind of shrink it down to that one thing.
I can only imagine growing up in y'all's house. Tell me a little bit about
tough.
your influences, right?
My
we heard
influence,
you hit some of those notes, right, in the song that you dedicated to Tristan. Tell us about where you learned how to sing like that and who influenced you, please.
My dad is, I consider my father and a lot of other people legend in the jazz industry, coming straight out of New Orleans, Mr. Sullivan Dabney. And he's Sullivan Dabney in the jazz music band. He's a drummer and he's a singer as well. But my father used to get me all the time. And he kind of forced me to listen to it. So when I was young, I'm like, I don't want to hear this. But as I grew mature, you know, I'm going to say about 8, I thought I was mature. We all think we got it going on at 8. I really started to appreciate it. So I grew up on a lot of the legends in the jazz. And my father would tell me when I got to high school, I used to like to rap all the time. And he used to say, take some of the old songs and put with the new songs. And I would laugh and say, nobody don't want to hear those old songs. And then a couple of years later, I'm like, oh, my God. That's all they were doing. They were taking a lot of James Brown's hit, and they were putting it, you know, with some of the new material. And I said, Daddy, you told me to do it. And so that inspired me to just continue and not be afraid of something that might be risky. You know, he always taught me, and him and my mom as well. My mom would just back me up for whatever. I can say, Mom, I want to be a baby doll. Well, then do it, baby. Just stand real still. I had one of those mothers. But, you know, my father, as far as that music thing, my father knew that it was in me. And he messes with me now, and he's like, I knew it was in you. I was a banker. And I did that for like 10 years, and my dad was like,
I bought it out of them.
Yes, you did. You did.
I heard
you
a-
helped.
I heard a wonderful
I
compliment.
did help.
Yeah.
God.
I heard a wonderful compliment about your mom one time. It came out of Jason's mouth. He said that nobody he knew could second line better than your
Oh
mom.
no, it's
And
not
th-
gonna happen. No, and my mother
Second line,
also, yeah,
Jody.
she makes the umbrellas, and she don't just make regular umbrellas. The issue with my mom, and I know she's listening, is that she does it when she wants to. When she's in the mood to do it, she'll do it. But you'll know when it's a Joanne Dabney umbrella. You know, you will know that's what's Joanne's umbrella. But she's like the second line queen. Like my sister is actually VP for the Saints, and so every time something's happening and, you know, they got a party, they know, where your mama? I say, wait a minute, what about your sisters? But my mom she's from the Ninth Ward. And, you know, she left the Ninth Ward a long time ago, but guess what? The Ninth Ward lives in her. So she is what I consider, she knew Blank Kern, you know, she partied and did her thing and raised her kids, but I don't really mess with her when it comes down the second line. I stay in my lane.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You talked about knowing Blaine Curran. I remember when we had Mardi Gras dedication to Here Comes Mr. Mardi Gras here.
Yeah.
And Blaine Curran's family was here for the
Yeah.
singing of that song, and
That's
you were
right.
chatting it up with his
Yes.
kids about
Yes.
his dad and your mom and how they used to
Yes.
get on.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that was it. That was a good time here.
Yeah, he
here at the
liked
Funky
my
Uncle.
mom could, let me tell you, she could, you know, my mom's a little bit older now, but it doesn't stop her. It does not stop her, but I'm going to tell you, about 5 years ago, like, it was like, you know how you make way for the big chief?
Yes.
You better make way. And Blaine knew, make way for Miss Joanne, because she coming. And the little youngsters, you know, they would be trying to get in, and they would laugh. It would be a lot of fun, because they'd be trying to challenge, and she'll wear them out, and then they'll just go like, okay, Miss Joanne, we're going to go sit down.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. How long have y'all been married?
23 years.
23 years.
Feels
And
like a
how did you
lifetime.
meet each other?
She was looking for some music, and well, actually, a friend of mine let me hear a tape of him in this chick rapping, and I was like, man, who that chick is? I like the way her voice sound rapping, and she came. We met and we became friends, and the rest is
history.
Attraction
You know
to the
what?
voice at first. I love it.
Yes. I love the fact, what I liked about Jay when we were just friends, and I think that's why our chemistry is so strong. I hope you can see it on stage. Jason let me be myself. I had opportunities with Master P. I had opportunities with Cash Money Records, and that's great. You know, those guys are doing great. I have a lot of respect for them. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to just be me. And sometimes it's not always about the dollar. It's about being comfortable with what you're doing. And Jay was like, I don't care what you do. You know, I'm going to let you be free. And so having that freedom on stage to be creative, and knowing that he was a Neville and he came from a musical family, you know, I had a bit of a musical background. For him to even collab with me on some things, it was such a blessing. And so I think one of those songs, I'm not going to talk about that live, but one of those songs brought us together, and then the rest is history.
Yes, indeed. I think I know what you're talking about. Tell me a little bit about you. You talk about being you. What the audience might not understand about being you is not only are you Jay's wife and you're a performer, but you lead the band too, and you also manage the band.
Yes.
Tell me what it's like. Tell the audience what it's like to be
It's hard.
actually the coordinator, the manager, and a
Ladies,
performer.
can I get some love? All these guys, but I'm going to tell you, each and every one of them respects me. They know that I have their best interests at heart. I learned the business from my father. And the one thing I didn't like is if I saw musicians getting treated unfairly or unjustly, I wanted to dig in, and I wanted to give my input, and they would allow it, not because I was trying to be bossy, but because they knew I had their best interests at heart. And so it's challenging sometimes, you know, being that Jason is my husband, but we don't mix the two. He knows that I have his best interests at heart. And I always tell him, if another manager comes along who can do more than what I've done for you, go with it, because that's the goal, to take you to the level that I can take you to until it's time for you to move forward. I mean, that's just the game of life. Am I right about it?
Tell
So,
me,
yeah.
tell me about each of your musicians and why they're in the band, how you picked them, please.
Oh, okay. Juice. I'm going to start with Juice because he's been with us the longest.
All right.
Juice was like the rebel. You know, a lot of musicians loved Juice, but they couldn't deal with Juice because he was like very rebellious, and I was like the mama, you know, who put her finger up and said, "Come here, boy," you know. And we had a conversation, and when I heard this guy play, and Russell Batiste had recommended him, he came highly recommended. I said, I'll put up with his crap. We're gonna get him together. And he's just a superior drummer. He is a great drummer, and I know good music. And Juice has been with us, I don't even know how many years, as long as we've been a band. We've had maybe 3 or 4 drummers we've ran through, but, you know, once or twice.
Maybe more than that.
No, I mean, that was actually with us, not that was short term.
Right, yeah.
But, twice we had to let him go, and he was right back because we're family. You know, it's like you put your child out and they come back. That's how we were, and so far for the last few years, it's been great. It's been a good ride because Juice has a very strong personality, and you got to just get to know him. He's a sweetheart. You got to just get to know him. You know, he's got a great personality, but he knows he's talented, and so you always want to make sure that, you know, you remain humble, and that's what I love about him. He remains humble. As far as Ben, we met Ben. He came to one of our shows. He was fresh in town. He was a student at UNO, music student, just looking to do some subbing, and then it was just perfect timing because we were actually transitioning guitar players, and so he's like the baby of the band. He don't like that term, but he is the youngest. I'm gonna use the term youngest. And so that's how we met Ben. Ben has been with us now for a couple of years. As far as Lawrence had subbed with us a few times. We had a different bass player, and then we really liked Lawrence. Lawrence was a very humble, family guy, and we are family. You know, it's not about one person, it's about all of us. And so that's how we connected with Lawrence, and Lawrence has been with us ever since. As far as Mike,
I met Mike when he was playing with the Caesar Brothers,
yes,
like years ago, when he was like 17. Maybe you were 8.
No, he was older than that.
Maybe you were, how old were you?
He was about 21. Yeah.
You were?
Yeah. Yeah, Mike.
Okay,
yeah, he was
something like
playing
that.
with the Caesar. Well, here's the thing: we didn't take Mike from the band he was with. Mike saw us in a crisis situation. The keyboard player didn't show up, but we were doing a gig for Mardi Gras, and Mike just came in and took initiative, and he just literally started setting up. And we were like, "What is he doing?" He said, "I see there's a need. I got it." And from that point, we just started flowing. So he was playing with us and the Caesar Brothers, because every now and then he'll still play guitar for the Caesar Brothers as well. We all family, but you know, this is his spot. So Mike became our permanent keyboard player. That's how we met Mike, just bailing us out of a situation. And from that point, we were like, we like you. We're gonna work with you. So we didn't even put an ad out for a keyboard player. We just took Mike under our wing, and he's been with us ever since.
And he plays multiple instruments. I mean,
he's a triple threat, bass and guitar, and he can sing.
He helps us arrange stuff too.
I heard you could dance, Mike. You want to show me?
Let's see a couple steps.
He can sing a little bit too.
Oh, I love it. Well, it's a great band. And talk about
we love our band.
Yes.
These guys are our family. For
and
real.
I only beat them like once, twice a month. That's like that. I don't have to beat them after.
Well, I
that.
feel like you're part of our family too here. I remember we threw a party for one of the sponsors of the Funky Uncle a while back, and one of George Clinton's songs, Mr. Wiggles.
Oh, yeah.
We asked you all to play it, and that's a very difficult song. It has several different voices in it and different lyrics that are from outer space. And Mike learned all the lyrics. He's got a synthesizer. He puts his Mike, you want to tell us? Grab a microphone and tell us about learning Mr. Wiggles.
Come on, Mike.
And what that was like for you.
I mean, anytime you bring in new technology, here comes everybody.
You got to speak up.
Every time you bring in new technology to a situation, you know, you got to learn it, and there's bugs and everything. But, man, you know, when they told me, oh, we want you to do it, I just kind of went, well, where's the other opportunity? When am I going to get an opportunity to do something funny and a little goofy and a little everybody loves it, and it's, you know. And, you know, I practiced with it at home for a week before I brought it out, and, you know, and made sure that it wasn't going to haywire on me in the middle of the show and everything, you know.
That was fantastic. I've seen you play it a few times. I love it.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to comment on what it's like to be in the band with Jason and Lorette? And
Yeah, well, I'll say it's really good times, you know. I mean, we've been playing for a while together since, like, before COVID, we were playing a ton. It's just we're starting to play again a lot more now, and I'm glad. I've missed it. you know, it's good to be back playing some music and having a good time.
Well, thank you guys for being here. Jason, let me ask you a couple questions about the Funky Uncle. You rode on the Funky Uncle the last time it rode in Mardi Gras. I think you
Yes.
said that was the first time you rode in a parade. Tell us what your experience
Well,
was
actually, that was the second time I rode in the parade, but that was the first time I really had fun riding in the parade. I rode in the Orpheus, I think, but it wasn't nothing like riding on that float. And just, I mean, the music it was so fun. I never even went to use the bathroom to go take, a leak.
5.5 hours, no break.
I had to be having fun. For real, I rode that whole parade without going to the bathroom.
The design on that float with the stage sort of on the floor where the bar is and those pilings and whatnot, it's kind of patterned after the inside of Benny's. Tell us a little bit about Benny's and your experience about Benny's and how it might compare to the float.
Wow. Yeah, I never thought about it. Benny's was where I grew up. I grew up right down the street from Benny's, and it was like, it's my stomping grounds. I mean, that's where a lot of guys like J.D. Hill played. I mean, Charmaine, my cousin Charmaine Neville, my Uncle Cyril. My Uncle Cyril really started putting Benny's on the map. Cyril.
How old were you the first time you played on that stage?
I don't remember, man. Let me see. Let me think back.
You know how it is. If you remember, you weren't there.
I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I was a teenager. I mean, because I remember Benny's before it was Benny's.
Right.
You know, it used to be a place called Callahan, and actually had a pool hall on the side.
Right.
You know, I used to sneak in the pool hall, and man, those guys always look. They'll be like, make sure Aaron, my daddy ain't coming around there. I had to hide under the pool table one time because those guys said, man, Aaron gonna beat us up.
Right.
They were scared of my dad, like, wow. But being on this float was like the most awesome time I ever had for Mardi Gras, man. And then Leo Nosentelli was on the float, and he came sat, and it was cool, man.
Yep. And y'all play one of those meter songs, Ain't No Use Tonight.
Yes,
Very
we
nice.
did.
Let's talk about some of the other songs that you played tonight. Rewind the Time. Tell us about Rewind the Time, please.
Oh man, it's a song that's about. I wish I could rewind the time. I wish I could do some things different. So it was an experience. I just kind of talked about some experiences I had that I can't change, but I wish I could rewind the time. It's
a good message for other people.
If you listen to it, it's a message in it, you know.
Is that song out? Do you have it out now?
No, I was supposed to release the song this month, but due to COVID and the Hurricane Ida and all of that, I had to push it back because I got to do it right, you know. I want the video and everything to be right. So I got the EP. It's gonna come out, hopefully, God say the same, next month. It'll come out. It's called Time, but I only got 4 songs. I got the remix. I got Rewind the Time, the original, and Rewind the Time, the other remix that I recorded by Christian.
Yeah.
You know, Christian helped me produce that, and then I got 2 more songs. One song called Shine, and another song called Living the Good Life. It was my son's favorite songs he liked, so I really want to put those songs. I think they're great songs. So I got a lot of songs, man. I got so much. I'm like a music hoarder.
Well, thanks for giving us a taste of what's coming out. It's a fantastic tune.
Yeah, coming soon.
Look, in the light the way that it is right now, looking in your face, I see your dad. I mean, you definitely have the skull structure, you know, the facial features of your dad. Tell us a little bit about Hercules and that song. What's that song mean to you?
Man, it just mean the rough times that he got through. You know, it's got subliminal messages in it. You know, the words to it. It's like all's in fear is fear itself. Check out your own backyard before you check out someone else.
You know, and it's funny because at the time that song was being recorded, a little bit later, George Clinton came out with Parliament and Maggot Brain.
Wow.
And if you read the liner notes of Maggot Brain, that's all they talk about is fear being imagination. And then most of the things that you fear in life being things that you imagine.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up. How about Party Gras? Tell us a little bit about why you played that song tonight.
I'm gonna let Loretta answer that.
All right.
Because it's original. You got to do original material. We love the covers, but we never want people to mistake us for just a cover band. And we had a lot of fun. I wrote the song. Mike, helped me to compose the song, really put it together and brought life to it. We added a little Zydeco, so we brought Rock and Doopsie in to add some flavor to it. But we felt the need to do it because, I mean, this is New Orleans. You can't talk about New Orleans if you don't talk about Mardi Gras. And
That's
so
right.
we decided to do something different and say Party Gras because that's all it is.
All
It's
it
just
is is a big party.
Right.
And we think Funky Uncle, you think Tux, you think party.
Yes,
Right.
you do. And of course, you're in the Tux Den, and we have, I don't know, 60
Absolutely.
floats in here or something like that
Yes.
tonight. Tell me a little bit about Funkin' in New Orleans. That's a great song.
I'm going to tell you, Funkin' in New Orleans was really inspired by my bass player as far as me wanting to do that song. Because we nickname everybody, right? New Orleans, everybody has a different name. I would call him the funky one on the bass. That was kind of a nickname that we gave him. And I decided that we should do something about funk. I mean, obviously, we're Jason Neville FunkySoul band. And so I was sitting at the red light, and I said, Funkin' in New Orleans. And that was it. Just kind of ran away with it, put the lyrics behind it. And I wanted it to be a story for people to really embrace, because when people come to New Orleans, they're looking for something in particular. You go to Florida, you're thinking about the beaches. You go to different places, there's a reason you're going there. When you come to New Orleans, 75% of the time, you come in to party, probably 85% of the time. And so I also wanted people to remember that, we funk down here. That's what we do.
Yes,
so
it is.
this is not something, that you're going to get everywhere you go. I'm not saying that other people aren't funky. I'm saying when you come to New Orleans, you're going to get funked out,
And, and to add to that, I'm from the first family of funk from New
Absolutely,
Orleans.
yes.
Indeed,
Yes.
indeed. And there is a groove here. You got it. You get it right when you drive back in, even if you've been away for a while.
That's
A lot of
right.
people are coming back right now. You sort of get that. Jason, tell us a little bit about Here Comes Mr. Mardi Gras. You helped write that song. You sing that song. It's now been published out on an album. Tell us a little bit about it.
You came with the idea, and I liked it, and so I said, I'll be a part of it. I felt the vibe, and me and Chris, me and Christian got together, and we put it together. Christian, told me what he wanted me to do, and
you had to like it because a lot of people come to Jason with songs all the time. When Jason heard that song, he was like, okay, I like this. I'm feeling it. So I was like, they want you to sing the lead on it? He's like, yeah. I said, do it. It's a good song. It's a really great song.
Chris Berry, you the
You're a
executive
good writer,
writer
Chris.
on that
I
song.
put some words down. Y'all use some of them.
We put them together.
What did it feel like singing it to Barry Kern?
Oh, it felt great.
Blaine's son, sort of the successor for that, and his grandson. They were here with their wives, and you all did that for them as a gift in honor of their dad and his passing.
I was honored to do that. It was a pleasure for me to do that, man.
Good. Tell us, both of you, in your own words, what does the Funky Uncle mean to you all?
Oh, wow. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say, in the beginning, what the Funky Uncle meant to me when I first got here and I saw the hookup, I was like, wow, this is great, very impressive. And I thought we were treated the way we like to be treated. As musicians, sometimes people forget that entertaining is a job. It looks like we're having so much fun, but I love the fact that when we first came here, it was during a really rough time with COVID. Everything was shut down, and our invitation wasn't just an invitation. It was an invitation to do a paid gig. And that was something we were longing for because we weren't getting paid to do gigs. And as entertainers, we file taxes as entertainers. There's no income. And so when somebody calls you in the midst of what they may be going through and say, hey, I've put this together, would you come and perform? Of course you do. And so as we continue to watch the Funky Uncle grow, we were so excited. But what really got me is recently when my son passed away, I really was shut off, you can imagine, didn't really want to talk to anybody. I was dealing, it was really, really rough for me. And I got a call. I wasn't taking calls. My husband knows. I was like, I don't want to talk to anybody. And then I got a call from Christian And he said, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, I'll talk to Christian. And Christian said that the Funky Uncle wanted to donate to the expenses that we were going to have for the funeral, because my son was very young, very healthy, died at 23. It was so unexpected. And what really bothered me is I was always that parent that said, I'll never have to have funeral expenses. You know, I had my business and affairs in order, but when my son graduated college, he had just graduated December 18th. And he said, Mom, I want all this stuff to be in my name. Let me handle my own business. So I said, okay, all right. So he got a few dollars from, you know, what would have been a policy. And, you know, he got a new car, different things happened for him. And he was ready to take over his own responsibilities. So for him to die that quick, when I called to check on, they didn't even know. The Funky Uncle had no idea. Nobody really knew because I didn't expose it. But when he passed away, and, you know, I called his credit union, they said, guess what? We have the paperwork in front of us. They were like heartbroken. They said, we know that young man. He's really, you know, he's really nice. And the lady kept saying, he's never been overdrawn in 4 years. I mean, I guess that meant a lot to them. And I said, okay. And they said, what are you going to do? You know, I said, don't worry about it. You know, it'll work itself out. And I'll never forget going to the funeral home, and my family, a couple of my family members were there. Jay couldn't even come. He was just that devastated. And when I got outside, I had the paper with all of how much everything was going to cost, and I wanted everything to be 5-star. And so when I was walking outside, my sisters were coming to me, and they were like, okay, so tell us what we need to do. And I walked off, and I left them there, and they were looking at me like, what's wrong? What's the deal? You need to tell us. I said, I don't need you to do nothing. God's going to provide for me. He's going to make the way. He took my son. He said it's his son now, so he's got to pay for it. So at first, my family looked at me like, she's lost it, y'all. We're going to have to check her. And I said, no. I took the paper. I walked away. I threw it on the back of the, this is a real story. I threw it on the back seat, and I drove home. And when I got home, my sister called me, and she said, people are calling wanting to do something. What should I do? I said, I don't know. Do whatever you do. And the Funky Uncle was one of the first people, you know, to reach out to me and donated to the expenses. And so fast forwarding, everything was paid for, everything. And I didn't even need my family to do anything. You know, everything was taken care of. Everything was 5-star, the way I would have liked to see it happen for my son. And I was very grateful. And I told my husband, I said, man, I'll never forget this. I said, because people don't realize what you're going through. And I said, for them to just reach out like that. I mean, you're going to have friends going to reach out. That's kind of natural. But this is an organization, you know, and for them to just reach out to me like that and say, hey, no questions asked. And then they brought it to me. Christian came to my house, you know, and I knew it was Chris behind it. He's always behind everything. And I was just grateful. And so my feeling towards the Funky Uncle went from, oh, I love the Funky Uncle, till, like, I am grateful that they exist. And so when I see them asking for donations and asking people to, you know, contribute what they can, I want you to take them serious. I don't have a script. Nobody said, oh, say this. I'm not that person. Trust me. I'm saying it because it's coming from the bottom of my heart, because I've seen them make the difference in so many lives of so many musicians. A lot of people don't know we have pain. We suffer. When we can't do our craft, it's very hard. And so to have them around to care enough about us and to treat us the way that they treat us, I want to make sure that they can keep doing it. I think Chris Berry's going to live to be like 150. That's kind of the goal, Chris.
The Funky Uncle.
I don't know about that. Hopefully the Funky Uncle will live on past all of us, and past all of us expiring.
Yes.
I want to say it's an honor and a privilege to get to be part of your family. I feel like I have over the last couple of years, and that's great. There's a big part of our family, yours and mine, that's missing tonight, and that's Frenchy. Frenchy, but he was on the screen and he painted the show tonight.
I thought that was cool.
my God.
I heard that.
He painted your show from Denver.
Are you
yeah,
serious?
and he was in the back. He painted last week's show too. He'll be back next week. He's on now.
What
okay,
up, Frenchy?
Frenchy's on the screen now. Hey, Frenchy. All right, he's showing your beautiful painting on the screen. Why don't you all come over and watch? Come look at this painting real quick when I wrap this up. And I want one of you to answer this question, Lorette or Jason. You know, we had a little party about a year ago, and Frenchy felt so inspired at the party that he painted you all's band playing at a small little festival that we had. And he felt so inspired at that festival that he gave you all the painting. You all remember that?
Oh, yeah, that was a great time.
Yeah.
That was a great time.
You want to talk about that painting that Frenchy gave you?
Oh, yes.
Man,
yes.
that painting is the painting, man.
That's
Oh,
on the wall in our home studio. It's so beautiful. And let me tell you something about Frenchy. Frenchy is so talented. Oh, my God. He captures everything. I was teasing myself tonight. I was looking at myself tonight because I've changed my hair up. And I haven't had my hair black in a long time. And I'm looking at this picture, and I'm like, he got my hair just the way it is when it puffed out. That's amazing. Like, I'm like, oh, my God. Frenchy, I'm going to need a before and after, please.
This painting here, I have to have a duplicate or something.
Yeah, we can get prints of this painting. If you're in the crowd, you're watching, you could buy this painting. You could make an online bid. You can also buy prints of this painting online. Frenchy's an absolute genius. And our biggest source of revenue for the Funky Uncle, we're nearing $500,000, and our biggest source of revenue is Frenchy. God bless you, Frenchy. Thank you so much for everything you've done. His spirit and the spirits from all over the world are in every piece of art that he does. Last week we had this show from a church because we were exiled in Gulfport, and coming out of the top of the bass drum is a blue cross, and I don't know how it ended up there. I'm not sure whether it was intended or not. Look, Frenchy's putting the painting up right now. Everybody can see last week's painting too. Just absolutely amazing, doing what he does, even when he's not here, even when he's exiled. So everybody who's out there, we send New Orleans love to you. Get home soon. The Funky Uncle wants to let you know that we care about you. We care about musicians. We care about gig workers. That's why we're here doing what we're doing. Not only thanks to Frenchy, thanks to our crew, thanks to Fallberg Private Wealth. Fallberg Private Wealth sponsored over 25 shows. Tyson, JP, David, we could not do this without you. We certainly appreciate everything that you've done. Yes, and Easton too. Shout out to Easton. So if I can get you all to help me, what do we want to tell everybody signing off tonight? Wash your hands and stomp your feet. Thank you.